So let's talk about 2026. It's not just some random year on the calendar, It's really shaping up to be this major turning point, a crossroads where all the decisions we're making right now, they're either going to start paying off big time, or the bill is going to come due.
And that's exactly what we're here to talk about. Welcome to Next Gen Choices, where today's decisions really do shape tomorrow's winners.
Think about that for a second. What if the future isn't just this thing that happens to us? What if it's the story we are actively writing right now, one choice at a time? In our technology, in our economy, and even in our own lives.
Okay, so let's dive into the first big area where we see this playing out, reinventing our reality. This is all about the choice to push boundaries, and honestly, the most visible place this happens is with technology. This is where we are literally choosing to rewrite the rules of what's even possible.
And look, we're not talking about small upgrades here. We're talking about technologies that are so new, so fast-growing, they could completely upend the status quo. But here's the catch. Their full impact, it's still a giant question mark. And you know what? That uncertainty is exactly what makes them so incredibly powerful.
And 2026 isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. It's right around the corner, and it is packed with tangible breakthroughs. We're talking about AI agents smart enough to make their own scientific discoveries, personalized gene therapies for rare diseases finally hitting trials, a single blood test that could screen for over 50 types of cancer. And get this, after half a century, we're choosing to go back to the moon. It's just an absolutely incredible display of human ambition.
But, okay, here's the turn. For every amazing choice we make to leap forward, there's always a consequence, right? A hidden price to all this progress that isn't always so obvious at first glance.
2 million liters. Just let that number sit there for a second. It's stark, it's huge, but what on earth does it actually represent? That is the amount of water a single large data center can drink up in one day. That's the same as 6,500 homes. This is the hidden thirst of our digital world. We call it the cloud, like it's this weightless, fluffy thing in the sky. But it's not. It's a physical beast, and its appetite for water is creating very real conflicts on the ground. It's the perfect, stark example of that tension between our digital ambitions and our very real physical limits.
And that tension? It forces us to make a whole new set of choices. It's not just about what we build anymore. It's about what we value. It's about choosing to assign value differently, to finally figure out the true cost of doing business on a finite planet.
Case in point, on January 1st, 2026, a massive choice becomes reality. The EU's new carbon tax shifts from just tracking emissions to actually charging for them. Importers will have to pay for the carbon embedded in their goods. This isn't just some small policy change. It's a fundamental rewrite of the rules of global trade. Suddenly, pollution is no longer some abstract concept. It's a cold, hard line item on the balance sheet. You can feel this vulnerability showing up on our shelves, in the price of coffee and chocolate. Look at those price spikes. These aren't just numbers. This is the taste of instability. Climate shocks and shaky supply chains are forcing us to choose between building for resilience and just sticking with business as usual.
And all of this leads to a really powerful conclusion. The choice is becoming unavoidable. As this report puts it, sustainability is shifting from marketing story to operating system. Wow. It's not just a feel-good campaign anymore. It's becoming the core logic of business, the OS you need to survive in a volatile world.
Okay, so we've seen these huge choices in tech and economics, but how does this all filter down to us, to our culture? This is about the most personal choice of all. In a world facing all these pressures, who do we choose to be?
And what seems to be happening is this fascinating cultural split. On one side, you have what's being called the retreat, this feeling of being fatigued, kind of basic, stuck in the same old conversations. On the other side, there's this potential for a revival, something edgier, meaner, more unapologetic. It's a choice between fading into the background or lashing out with a totally new kind of energy. And this is where it gets really personal. What if the biggest thing holding you back isn't money or talent or even luck, but one simple choice that you're making right now? This is the central question this whole cultural shift poses to each of us.
You can really feel that sense of fatigue in this quote. Wanderlust is dead, travel no longer gives you wisdom, depth, or anything. That's a pretty stark statement. The whole idea of travel as this path to self-discovery is losing its power. It's become just another formula,
another Instagram post, not a real experience. The choice to find meaning in it feels increasingly hard.
And that feeling, it seeps into our most intimate connections. Sex is going to become more sexless. Who wants to fuck when the world is so unsexy? I mean, it's a brutal observation, right? But in a world that feels so stressful and sterile, where does the energy for genuine connection come from? We end up choosing distraction over desire, validation over vulnerability.
So where does all this leave us? We've looked at technology, value, and culture. We've arrived at the crossroads of 2026, and now the focus turns squarely back on you and your next choice.
When you boil it all down, the future of 2026 is defined by three fundamental choices. First, how we build our reality, embracing progress, but confronting its real costs. Second, what we truly value, redefining our economy around sustainability. And third, the culture we inhabit, choosing between retreat or revival.
Now, these are massive, system-level questions, for sure, but every single one of them starts with individual decisions. The future isn't just arriving, it's being built, choice by choice. The only real question left is, what will you choose to build?
Subscribe to Next Gen Choices because the future rewards those who choose early.